I really like Jake a lot, but once he's in that ring, he has to fight like his life is dependent on it, because it will be.
When in your career are you going to actually fight a contender in your weight class and not do gimmick fights?
I mean, the skill level alone, now of course, there is a size difference, a height difference and all that, but he's just going to struggle so much landing a shot. It's just going to look bad.
In a surprising twist, boxing icon Mike Tyson stunned everyone by showing up unannounced at the press conference for Jake Paul and Gervonta Davis. His presence electrified the room, and his message was just as intense. Tyson didn't hold back, warning Jake Paul to fight as if his life depends on it, reminding him that stepping into the ring with a powerhouse like Davis is no joke.
If you saw Jake Paul's fat body videos, and if you think he's taking his training seriously for you?
Listen, I think he's taking it very, very seriously because his health depends on it. And he's nobody I'm not looking past him. I'm taking him lightly at all.
The Jake Paul vs. Gervonta Tank Davis matchup has turned into more than just a show. It's now officially labeled an exhibition fight. That decision comes mainly because of the major weight and size gap between the two fighters. In fact, the Florida Athletic Commission refused to approve it as a professional bout for that very reason. Under the agreed rules, the fight will consist of 10 3-minute rounds, with both men wearing 12-ounce gloves. Knockouts will still count, but here's the twist. The outcome will be decided by 2 human judges and 1 AI judge, a new experiment designed to bring more fairness and objectivity to the scoring.
The Jake Paul versus Tank fight is getting really weird. Gervonta looks scared for his life because the rules are out. They're crazy. Oh, so everyone thought that the fight was at 190.
It was 190.
Instead it's at 195, and this weight difference is scaring the life out of little Tank.
Over 10 3-minute rounds.
I said it was 190.
The next dispute comes with the gloves. Little Tank is used to fighting in 8-ounce gloves. Baby glove. This fight will be in 12. Hands might be too small. Oh, so Tank just fought in a 12 3-minute round fight against Roach. Yes, and now he's fighting in 10 3-minute rounds, which isn't too bad. Well done, Jake. Exhibition though, can he win? Yes, he can actually win. It will be overlooked by 3 sanctioned judges. So he can actually still win and knock him out. But here's the trick. It's body punches only. And there's a reason. That's because Tank said, look, this is a bit unfair. I don't want to punch up. I want to punch at my head height. Where does it fall? At Jake Paul's belly. Oof. So apparently we've heard there's no knockdown rules, but aside from that, it's a pretty well-rounded fight. Oh yeah, and there's some drug testing involved. But Jake Paul for the win.
Recent reports reveal that Gervonta Davis has packed on significant muscle during training camp, now weighing close to 160 pounds, a big jump for a fighter who's never competed above the lightweight limit of 135. While he's still slightly under the catchweight set for his exhibition with Jake Paul, the added size could work in his favor. The extra mass may boost his punching power and ability to absorb hits, making him a far more dangerous and unpredictable threat in the ring.
Yeah. Gervonta Tank Davis, is my prediction that Gervonta Tank Davis is going to weigh in on the night of the fight against Jake Paul, knocking on 160 pounds. Don't be surprised if he's 157 pounds, something like that. You guys see this footage? Look at Tank. Now, if you know what you're looking at, the guy must be around 150 right now, 153, something like that. And you can really tell when he's sideways. When you look at him sideways and see the depth. See, from the front view, you can't really tell. But when he turns sideways, the guy is a wrecking ball. He's literally a baby rhino out there. And I think that is the idea for him to bulk up and be a little powerhouse out there. And I'm all for it. I'm going to tell you in this video why I think that's the best thing for Tank and why I think he will be knocking on 160 pounds.
Teddy Atlas believes Gervonta Tank Davis is as close to a complete fighter as boxing has today. He praises Davis not just for his knockout power and finishing ability, but for his sharp counterpunching, smart setups, precise distance control, and strong mental game. According to Atlas, Davis fights with patience and purpose, always calculating, never just relying on raw strength. He sees Tank as the one elite lightweight with the full skill set needed to challenge someone like Jake Paul, a fighter who's improving, but still lacks the technical polish of the sport's top-tier boxers.
The only other time he was in, for the fans to get mad with that, was against Fury's Tommy Fury, but it wasn't that level, obviously, and all the size things you just rightfully pointed out. But he would have been in there with, I mean, it seemed crazy. You're going to go in there with a guy who was a 2-time heavyweight champ and a gold medalist? Wow. Even though the guy's, at a twilight part of his career, still.
And you've given a lot of credit and props to Jake Paul on this show of helping get more eyeballs to the sport, but the way he takes it serious and goes about his approach and his work to this craft, that he does take it seriously. With that being said, when he announces Tank Davis, I'm getting tired of these gimmick fights and him loading the deck up, whether it was Chavez Jr. or an old Mike Tyson, or we could go on and on with some of the UFC guys and the great Anderson Silva at 46 years of age. Tank Davis, great fighter, current fighter, world champion. We know how good he is. Been a top 10 pound for pound guy for you for the last few years now. But he's 5'5" and 135 pounds. This sounds like it would be a 195 pound fight, an exhibition. Wouldn't count on their records. Not a whole lot of other details other than it will be in November, and it sounds like in Atlanta. But I've said enough. I just want to hear your take. What do you make of this news with Jake Paul and Tank Davis?
But, and I'm smiling a little bit. But, back in the day, I love the 1800s, 1700s, my friend out there, 1700s, whatever. But I love the old-time fighters that were catchweights. And there was guys like Sam Langford. I know Sam Langford shouldn't even be comparing him with this because...
Despite Davis's elite skills and newly added muscle, former super middleweight champion Carl Froch cautioned that Jake Paul's size and unusual punching power could pose real danger. Froch warned that Davis isn't used to taking hits from someone that big or heavy-handed. His comments echo growing concern within the boxing community. Many see this matchup not as a fair contest, but as more of a spectacle, raising serious questions about both legitimacy and fighter safety.
Just here at Los Naranjos in Viva, España, and I found out that Gervonta Davis is now fighting Jake Paul. So Jake Paul was supposed to be fighting AJ. Eddie Hearn announced 99% done, which we've just spoke about. What next for AJ? Potentially Jake Paul. But it now looks like that Jake Paul is fighting one of Anthony Joshua's legs. He's fighting Gervonta Davis, somebody who's a quarter of his size. I don't even know what's going on. Has Eddie Hearn been played? Let me know what you think. But the AJ fight with Jake Paul's finished. Gervonta Davis, fake Paul, November. I don't know what's going on in the world of boxing. This is an absolute joke. What next for AJ? We'll get into this, and there's so many questions I want to get into in the next episode. But hope you enjoyed this one. And yeah, just thought I'd give you a quick update because the news has just come in and I'm just trying to relax and play a bit of golf and I can't. I've got to get it off my chest. I'm going to add it to this video. Hope you enjoy it. Don't forget, if you haven't already, hit like, share and subscribe to the best channel in the business, Froch on Fighting, and we'll see you very soon.